fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let friends, neighbors know where to go when it's time. And I mean just that time to let people know when it's time to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and beyond, baby. Come on with it. Yup. And one thing we all adore, something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain. We stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame.
Spartans, prepare for glory.
Ready?
Run from it. Destiny.
Destiny arrives all the same.
Yup. Come on with it. AFC law is now activated, baby. We the Steelers, baby. And I ain't talking about Pittsburgh. Come on with it. Stand tall or not at all. Come on with it. All right. Trade him. Five, 4, 3, 2. Five, 4, 3, 2, and let's say, click, bait. Come on, let's clickbait this thing all the way. Headline Steelers, come on with it. Cowboy Nation, one way or another. Yup. Mama said there'll be days literally just like this. Come on with it. This show is brought to you by Underdogs. Hear me roar. Yeah. Come on with it, Randy. Hickman. Aaron Willis. Bruce Willis' cousin. Come on with it. Stephen Mack, baby. Come on with it. Yeah. All right, come on with it. AFC. Come on.
Please come home.
What we got, baby?
I got beans.
And bologna. Hey, if the Luka trade happened, you know, come on.
Y'all killing me with this.
Shit.
I got it out 30 years.
30 years. It's been literally 30 years. I don't know how that drop fits right on in, but it's been 30 years, Cowboy Nation. All right, so once again, the Cowboys are in the headline news, not for being in the Super Bowl this year, but for being in a trade possibility that discussions are happening. Now, if you believe that, then the moon is made of cheese, right? And you look upstairs and say, yeah, that cheese look good. Now, if you somehow buying that, you know, the storyline for your mind, then, hey, go ahead, buy that spaceship. Get to the moon and you realize it's a rock. That's on you, right? But there are some people that will look into this information for the nation and say, yeah, let's trade Parsons. I'm tired of podcast Parsons, all pro podcast Parsons. That's Snoop Dogg name that he gave him, right? But they let me know Snoop been listening to the channel. So shout out to Snoop. Let's roll one day or something, you know. Come on with it. Yeah. But Law, I might have to trade football, football and basketball teams in 1 week. Law, oh my God, trade everybody but Dak. This is Avis. See, Dak was smart. That boy was smart. Dak put that no trade clause on that contract. He put the no trade clause. Now, this news was reported by Ian Rappaport from the Rap Sheet or what have you. And you can believe it or not. You can say, hey, it's just a rumor. But it goes to show you that it is what it is at this point. And I don't like Parsons. You know, I love Parsons and what he can bring to the table. Right? We love all of the things that he's been here, you know, he was able to do for the Cowboys. And this news is hot like fish grease. But I got to say this, and it goes back to Jerry and them, you know.
What's your point?
But Jerry, hold on, here's my point, is that we steal the headlines, regardless of the situation. And there are people that's a little bit Parson fatigue. If you are team trade Parsons, no pun intended to his brother Terrence Parsons' name, just put TP in the chat. That stands for trade Parsons, and let's play this game, right? If you team no trade Parsons, just put NTP, no trade Parsons. And I'll need to know where y'all allegiance are aligned with today, you know. And shout out to you, Brandy. Appreciate you. Jameson Taylor, thank you for jumping in. JV Boy, appreciate you for being part of this. I rock, appreciate you, man. So as this room continue to fill up, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. Share this content. Come on with it. All right, I'm seeing a lot of NTPs, no trade Parsons. So most of us are on that page of not trading him. Now, the Cowboys in the early parts of the 90s, they did a major trade of Herschel Walker, and we accumulated a lot of picks. But that was the last blockbuster trade. And the last time we did that was because we had Jimmy Johnson. Whereas there were not a lot of shiny objects on this team. Jimmy said it himself that this team was very old at the time. Very smart. Accumulated a lot of wisdom, but they only won 3 games, you know, and they barely won those 3. And then his first year, they only won 1 game or something like that. I forgot. Y'all can let me know what the 89 record was. I kind of forgot that. But neither here nor there. We didn't win a lot. So they had to parlay some stuff and made some trades. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to that same wheelhouse. Now, I'm in high favors and high belief systems that we just got hit up with a lot of crazy stuff last season that was unforeseeable last season, that we couldn't put our fingers or our thumb to it due to injuries. We were robbed of injuries, right? We were robbed of preparation. The whole offseason was about, hey, this guy going to hold out as it relates to CeeDee Lamb. Dak Prescott, can he get back to the good days? Because the last thing we saw from Dak Prescott was 2 picks in the game, and that was the playoff game versus the Green Bay Packers. And it was time to do you 1-15. Appreciate you, cool. Appreciate you. I knew it was one of those records, 1-15 and 19 of 89, right? But neither here nor there. When we looked at everything for what we did all last season, it was a lot of people saying, and a lot of people were angry. You know, you're going to bring Mike McCarthy back on a lame duck season, right? And we went through that. We went through all of that. And then should you let this guy play out his contract out of Dak Prescott? And Trigger Trey, he could be the next Messiah, you know. That's what a lot of people were saying. Trey Lance can be him, you know. And that was all of the offseason noise, Trey Lance. And on top of that, the other noise that everybody was talking about is the Cowboys like to draft well as it relates to offensive linemen. We don't miss drafting early with offensive linemen. So when we got Tyler Guyton, he's supposed to be that guy, right? Himothy, and all of this stuff, right? And that's what we went through all offseason. But there were no single real tangible move outside of Eric Kendricks. And the only reason why he got here is because he woke up and realized and said to himself, I don't want to be a backup in 49ers land sitting behind Fred Warner and them. I would rather be a person that can get over here and be a starter, right? But if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have made no off-season moves, right? The only move that we was talking about was intangible things, right? Down south, Cowboy 504. Law, did Jay Johnson retire when Jerry fired him? No, he kind of walked off or what have you. He set out for a year, and then he came back, I believe, with the Miami Dolphins. Right. The craziest thing of it all, even with Miami Dolphins, Jimmy Johnson never had a losing season. And he had 2 playoff wins. That's a half of what the playoff wins do we have now. Shoot. Oh, my gosh.
Emotional damage.
Yeah. So and I get it. You know, he wasn't the same kind of caliber of guy versus us, because I think that we beat him. Did we beat the Miami Dolphins when we played them with Jimmy Johnson? I remember Jimmy Johnson looking long-headed on the sideline, but we beat Jimmy Johnson's team, right? I believe so when we played against him, but those were many moons ago.
Take the money out, all of it. Come on.
Yeah.
Wasting my time now. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
That's always funny. He said, come on. Down south. Oh, my goodness.
Take the money out.
With another super chat.
Come on. Wasting my time now. Come on.
Yeah, so, okay, how great was he? No Super Bowl, huh? You know, down south, 504, 199. No, I'm not saying. Are you lamenting down south? Are you arguing that Jimmy Johnson really wasn't that great of a coach? Is that your argument? No, you know, Dan Marino was old. Yeah, Dan Marino was old. Yeah. I think Jimmy Johnson was great. I can't dismiss the fact that, you know, we got to understand the whole tone of who Miami Dolphins were at that time, right? And of course, we still went and picked up a Zach Thomas that he drafted, you know what I'm saying, to try to get him over here in Cowboys land. But I get it. I get the 1% to 2% people that would think that Jimmy Johnson was this guy that wasn't great, right? And it was more of Jerry Jones and these sorts of things. Sometimes people work well together. Let me put that out there. Sometimes people work well. No, sometimes people get the best out of each other when they work together. But it's when boundaries are crossed, when lines are crossed, when you probably look into this thing and say, hey, look at me. I want to get the credit for this. See, that's the infrastructure. The problem of everything is who gets the credit. That was the number one problem. See, Jerry Jones don't understand that he will forever get the credit. He's the owner of the team. Is it Rob Kraft or Bob Kraft over there in Patriots land? He will forever get the credit. So that's just how that goes. Yeah, we should look at Byron Coward. I don't know who that is, Jay, but appreciate you. Thank you for your support.
Money out, all of it. Come on. Wasting my time now. Come on.
Yeah. So credit and shout out to you, David Woods, in there, man. Shout out to you. Are you related to Tiger Woods? Member for 29 months. Appreciate you, Silver Level 1. So the credit gonna always become the credit. The results gonna always lead back to who owns the team, right? That's gonna always be that. If my little ones become successful in life, look, Pop's going to get the credit, you know. Yeah, from the seed of law, they became great, you know. And I could have been a no-good dad and all of that stuff. But from the seed of law, here comes these two phenomenal ladies, right? So that's just how that goes. And Jerry wants to receive credit for things of being a football guy. Jimmy, a football guy, you know. He always looked at it from those perspectives, you know. But when you have those type of things and always wanted to win your way, at the end of the day, I don't see any fault for that, but you're going to have some things that's going to not gel with others. And that is a problem, ladies and gentlemen. There is a situation. But we got another super chat. Appreciate you. Bruce Pitts, what's good with you? The Eagles traded their sack leader, Hassan Reddick, and they made it to the Super Bowl by using those picks properly. Now, because Hassan was asking for a bag, and when you operate differently, Hassan Reddick was never homegrown there, right? He was always considered a bastard to my guys, Boss Cowboys Sports opinion on people from the outside of their particular institution there, right? Basically. And you're supposed to utilize and use that for your weaponry. Appreciate you down south. I'm going to read that one too. So what I'm getting at is that you forever got to have your head on a swivel, right? You forever supposed to look at as a general manager. Your job is to look at all 53 players in the 15 additional practice squad guys, look them in their eyes and look the coaches in their eyes and say, hey, my job is to replace you. My job is to get rid of you. Your job is to change my mind about that, right? We don't have that infrastructure there. Look, the bottom can fall off even with the Eagles tonight. If the Eagles lose, in which we all hope that they do, right? Ain't no shame in my game. The frustrations, it's fun and game right now, key and laughing, drinking Kool-Aid when they reading books on the sideline, right? But let them get embarrassed tonight. There's going to be somebody, heads will roll. People will begin to point the finger. Someone's getting fired, maybe just after this game, right? But if somehow they win, then it's all worth the plan. But yes, you're supposed to always look to better your team. You're supposed to always look at contracts and say, hey, I'm not trying to get to the end of life of a contract. The great Bill Belichick, who learned from the great Jimmy Johnson, stated that, hey, I would rather get rid of you 2 years too early opposed to getting rid of you 2 years too late. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Right? And we got 99 for your mind down south, Cowboy, from the 504. You heard me?
It's an evil world we live in.
Yes, indeed.
Take the money out! All of it! Come on!
It was Jerry Players. The deaf was crazy. No Jimmy disrespect. Jerry and Forbes of everyone because they were friends first. No one disrespected their boss like that. I got to understand. I'm trying to decipher down south. You know, my hooked on funny guys are not hooking, you know. But I can tell you, let me try to reread that and someone can translate for your boy. All right? Yeah. Can anyone answer? Did Law clickbait or did we traded him? No. Micah Parsons not traded. It'll be 1,000 people watching right now if Micah Parsons was traded, by the way, you know. But to answer your question though, down south, it was Jerry Players that draft was crazy. I don't know, down south, man. Look, I'm gonna just retweet or re-say what you trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Just re. David said hooked on funny works for him. Yes, indeed. You know, yeah. Come on, man. Re-put that in the chat so I can understand what you're saying. Or if somebody can decipher what my brother from another mother is saying to me, man. And look, man, I can't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like I need a decipher. You know, I need someone to translate, a translator. You know, come on, man, help me out. I just want to say I love you. I got the Stephen Wonder vision over here. First and foremost, go Birds. I can't believe it. I let that out my mouth. Law. I have always enjoyed your content. Please continue to join the NFC East Super Friends. You rep the boys well. And this is from Jonathan and them. Appreciate you, man. And may your team put up a good fight, but lose at the end. Yeah, crescendo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, have a good fight. But then at the end, and just at the end, maybe something happened, in the worst way possible to give us some great content. Because Gilly, the kid, and all of those boys, they are creating some great content. And baby, I would love the fact if we can use that against it. I translated that into Mexican food. Yeah, Law Ray Charles vision. Yeah, I just want to say. Down south, I appreciate you for your support, though. And no, I'm not clickbaiting, by the way. This is, unless I'm getting clickbait by the clickbaiters of these guys, of Ian Rappaport, or whatever his name is. Yeah. So that y'all won't hit me up on the... See, Facebook can classify this as clickbait. YouTube don't give a dog about that. So what I'm saying is that Rap Sheet, he the one reported this one, right? And I love the distractions and all of this. Bama Boy Davis, appreciate you. Thank you for the support for the $2. Go Chiefs. Yeah. Debo for Parsons. Now there is some intel and some information about Debo being traded or what have you. Now, that's for sure also is being spoke upon for the nation, baby. So I'm not saying that I want Debo here and then we had to take back some words that we said about Debo if he come here. We got to delete some stuff. But at the end of the day, I ain't deleting SHI. You can put the other stuff on the end of it. But it states here from Ian Rappaport, and he's on this mission. The 49ers are expected to explore trading star wide receiver Debo Samuel. Not Kevin. Sources say that it would, in what could be a wild offseason, a parting way for Samuel in San Francisco is not guaranteed, but it may make sense for all parties or what have you. So when you start to think about those things, you think about he did wear some of this green stuff over here, looking like somebody, Uncle Pete or somebody, but that's a whole nother conversation for the nation. All right. But to get onto that point that we were making about Jimmy Johnson before we get into other details here, I just want to let y'all know that two things can be true, right? Two things can be true. When you look at the complete picture, two things can be true. But let me see if I can pull this up. And this is the reason why Jimmy was great.
Evidently, day one of your first effort with the Cowboys on the blackboard was written by one Jimmy Johnson, PA plus E equals P.
This is simple for everybody. You have so much God-given talent, and you really can't control that.
Right. Write this down.
You can control your effort and your attitude. Mm-hmm. Now, positive attitude plus effort equals your performance. If you control your attitude and you control your effort, your performance is going to go up. So, guys are so big and so fast and so talented. I can't control that. But I can control your attitude and your effort. And if we improve those two things, and any individual, in your job, we all get in ruts. We all get in such habits. And plus, human nature is, we all get comfortable with the way we've got money in our pocket and things are going good. Every now and then we need to pull back just a little bit and say, how can I get better? And how I can get better is the two things that you can control. You can control your attitude, you plant that positive seed in your mind, and you work harder.
Evidently,
Jimmy Johnson, low key, I know he got his degree in psychology, right? The study of the mind, He was a motivator more than a coach. Oh, yeah, Jimmy motivated folks. Yeah, that was his specialty. Yeah. How flat were we in 2021 going into that postseason? Boy, we was flat. There's no way Jimmy team come in there like that. There's no way. We were flat. So it's the attitude, the mindset that what separated Jimmy from everything. It started day one. And he psychologically knew how to impose his will on Troy, never allowing him to be comfortable. Psychologically, even though you had to wrestle with the playmaker, off the field and things like that.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
He had to psychologically get into those boys and let them know that you're never, ever going to get comfortable here. No. That's why they were able to win. The pressure of putting those things together, ladies and gentlemen, hold on.
Looking back on it, you take over for a legend in Miami and Stellenberger, then you go to Dallas and you're replacing Tom Landry. I mean, an institution in the NFL, certainly in that city. What was the pressure like taking over for somebody like Landry?
I really didn't think about it. People don't realize, Tom, as great a coach as Tom Landry was, and I don't want to take anything away from all of his.
Listen.
I mean, they were.
Hey, I'm freestyling this show. Shout out to Down South for heading me into this direction. Everything is freestyling. It just somehow, we touching it and agreeing here. Baby, Lord, look at your neighbor and slap your neighbor and tell him we on the same page. Yes, and it just somehow, he sent that over here, and we going down this pathway, and I already had the clips. I already had the thing. That's how good I am.
Are you shitting me?
No, I'm for real. I already had the clips. And let's rewind because it's going to fall right in line to what we were saying. Come on, rewind all the way to the beginning.
Looking back on it, you take over for a legend in Miami and Stellenberger, then you go to Dallas and you're replacing Tom Landry. I mean, an institution in the NFL, certainly in that city. What was the pressure like taking over for somebody like Landry?
I really didn't think about it. People don't realize, Tom, as great a coach as Tom Landry was, and I don't want to take anything away from all of his accomplishments. I mean, they won 3 games. They were a bad football team. And so a lot of people were ready for a change, but they weren't sure they wanted this oil and gas guy from Arkansas and this college coach come in and take over. And I just said, hey, let us prove ourselves. And I really it never even fazed me about taking over for somebody.
Not only were the Cowboys bad, but they were old and bad. That's a bad combination.
Yeah, they were slow, real slow, old, real old, and bad. They were a well-coached 3-win team. And
that's the personnel you inherit.
Yeah, I mean, the first time we had a mini camp. See, the old days, pro coaches, I mean, they didn't even have an off-season workout. They didn't even have an indoor lifting facility. It was an outdoor weights. I asked the strength coach, I said, where are all our players? They said, it's too cold here in Dallas, an outdoor deal. They work out. I said, how do you know what they're doing? He said, well, I call them every now and then.
But we rolling today, baby. Ooh, baby. We rolling today, baby. Real slow and old, And this was the challenge. You see, men, we love to conquer, And once we conquer a thing, I'm trying to keep it PG-13 so the kid can still watch. There's nothing else to hold on to something once we conquer. And when you put in that work action and you put in that sweat equity and you put in your time, which is the most valuable thing, more valuable than any billionaire, trillionaire can ever want for or desire to want, right? When you put in those things and after you done got released of all of that built energy. I'm trying to keep it PG-13, right? But for those who are old enough to know, the moment you get the truest answer from anyone in anything is after they completed their task, right? And that's what happened with Jimmy. It began to become too much of a hassle of tiptoeing around, being undermined, meddling, second guess, and even though you are in your successful way, it's becoming too much of that distraction. Listen to him properly.
It was, I mean, people expected us to win another Super Bowl. We expected to win another Super Bowl, but it wasn't easy. I mean, the Emmett holdout, all the things, overcoming all the different demands of different people. The downfall of every great company, country, team, whatever, everybody in the organization is going to say, what about me? The other thing you got to deal with is human nature when you have success.
Right.
Human nature is people get, to where they don't work quite as hard. That's why it's so difficult for teams to stay at the top.
It's difficult, and that's what he's bringing home. One more piece of the journey of Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson being into those particular ways, right? And Micah Parsons is not traded, y'all. And I apologize if y'all didn't get the memo on that, But that's why y'all got to tune in. And I'm not clickbaiting y'all. For that to be clickbait, for those who don't know, I got the information right here. So don't come at me. Come at Ian Rappers. Go to the rap sheet. Go to the rap sheet. But one more thing that I want to pull up one more time, And that would be nice if the Cowboys figure out ways to actually move in the offseason, but not this way. Don't pull a Luka. And also, who is more loved here? Micah Parsons or Luka? Y'all let me know in the chat. Who's more loved here? LOVE. Who's more in tune with their organization and franchise? Like were people really that angry and upset at Luka and his diet? And him eating a little bit of extra barbecues and, hey, put some Sweet Baby Ray's on mine, Who's more loved? Who's more beloved here in Dallas? Luka or Parsons, right? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. And appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all support. And I love y'all. To the sun and to the stars and back. Baby, come on with it. All right, so let's go to this last little bit that I want to play here. For context on the reason why Jimmy moved the way he had moved with, dare I say, Jerry and them. And this is brought to you by the 504, tweet or his info that he sent me. All right.
And that really was obviously such a formative part of your life. And people have dissected the fact that there you were on the same team as Jerry Jones.
Yeah, Jerry was actually a year older than me.
There's you top right, there's Jerry bottom left.
Right. Oh, yeah, that was a great day. I just come from Mabel's Tavern for that picture. Oh, really? Yeah, they called and said, we got to take a picture. And I said, oh, boy, this was after everything was over with. This was not during the season. This picture was taken much later.
Jerry was on offense, and the irony of it all, unless I'm wrong on this, because your names are similar in the alphabetical order, that's why you guys were roommates on the road. There wasn't some great bromance.
We were not running mates. He was rich and I was poor. He had a Cadillac Eldorado, and I had an old pickup truck.
And you were hustling bridge to make side money?
Yeah, you could play for penny a point in the student union. And, hey, there's all kind of nerds who would come in and think they're pretty good at bridge, And And this jock wasn't going to beat him at bridge. Right.
But you were married, right, by the end of your
Right.
time there with a kid.
Well, I had to support that kid. No.
With bridge?
No, actually, my wife taught school. And, yeah, but I played bridge for spending money.
No doubt that's Jimmy Johnson on his relations with Jerry. And somehow, their last names been together. And the fullness of that clip, y'all remind me, and I'll try to find it so you guys can digest all of it. It's about an hour long of Jimmy Johnson sitting down with that guy. I forgot his name. Y'all can pull up that guy's name. Tip of my tongue. Is that Joe Buck? Yeah. If that's Joe Buck, man, salute to him. And you guys can dissect all of those things. But there's been, and I don't know if I can play this clip. I didn't clear this clip right here. But I'm going to see because normally in the Super Bowl, they kind of be high restricted on these type of content. But you guys may have to listen. This is Micah Parsons saying that he would jokingly be willing to go play for the Chiefs if the Cowboys and him don't figure out a way to get to the Super Bowl. And he's talking to Derrick Henry, right? And that is Joe Buck. Appreciate y'all so much, man. Sugar Daddy. Juan, appreciate you, man. All right, so let's listen to it.
The Super Bowl is the last thing that you need? I want the Super Bowl. I got to have it, bro. I need it. I'm going to be depressed if I don't get it. I got to get a Super Bowl. Please. Lord, right now, please. If you hear me.
I hate to do this to you, dog. You got to do what Shady did.
You talking about when he joined? No, bro, I'm not doing that. I can't.
If you can't beat him, join him.
No, I'm not. Not at all. I'm playing with a quarterback I always wanted to play with, so.
In the next 4 or 5 years, once I hit that 30, and I'm not where I need to be, if that ring not right here fitted,
you're not going to do that, man. Chill out. You're not going to do that.
Yeah, so he got a 4.5 year deadline. And then if not, he going to go to the Chiefs. That's his thought track on that. How y'all feel about a player saying that, hey, if I don't get it done in 4 or 5 years, then there could be a situation that I'm going to have to join him. If you can't beat him, join him. And that's a good shade that he threw at Shady McCoy of just jumping to team to win that ring. And sometimes, man, it's befitting for a player to go down in history of the kind of caliber of a Micah Parsons to have a ring, right? Right? But that speaks also organizationally, right? Like I want a person that will be willing to say, hey, man, this is the team that I'm with, and as long as I'm signed under said team, I'm fighting, I'm doing everything that I can to win, So speaking of that, before we go into our underdog news, the rumor is hot still with Micah Parsons being traded or what have you, and the discussions within the house of the Cowboys. I don't know why the Cowboys decided to leak that information out. Oh, it's headline stealers. You know what I'm saying? We got to steal the headlines, right? But this discussion here will remove all of my conversational pieces about Kellen Moore. If they go play tonight and there's no distractions, right? And if the Eagles perform the way the Eagles always performed, and if they win tonight and it's absence of Saquon Barkley, let's say Saquon don't even tiptoe into 100 yards. Let's say Saquon only run about 30 to 40 yards, and the Eagles somehow still win, right? And this news of Kellen Moore that was released late last night of him getting the job for the New Orleans Saints or what have you, and he goes in there laser focus in, and he's only one and done with the Eagles, right? I would take away some of the things that I said about this guy, Kellen Moore, right? And then I would go into further details of watching Kellen Moore or what he's going to do with the New Orleans Saints, of them being a negative $52 million over the cap, right? In the hole, they owe the NFL $52 million. They ain't got no money. And if he turned that organization around, right, and flip it up and they are somehow winning, I'm talking about the New Orleans Saints, I would have to do some more crow eating and say, man, I was wrong on Kellen Moore. But breaking news late last night states that the Philadelphia Eagles offensive coordinator Kellen Moore is expected to become the New Orleans Saints' new head coach. And also developing news is that he beat out Mike McCarthy. Now, if he somehow become this successful coach for New Orleans Saints, did we drop the ball on getting rid of Kellen Moore opposed to keeping Mike McCarthy? That's going to be another conversation for years to come. Now, my expectations is that Kellen Moore is going to suck over there in Saints land. That's my expectations. The craziest thing of it all, a little history, is that Kellen Moore went head-to-head while he was playing in college against Carr. And now he's going to be coaching Carr. That's going to be the craziest thing ever. Chris214 says, you think Jerry will really make this contract negotiation marathon instead of a 40-yard dash? Yeah, but here's the other thing, Chris214. Here's the other thing. Let me pull this up. And I see a lot of Go Chiefs. I see a lot of AFC laws. You know what I'm saying? AFC laws. Come on with it. If the Cowboys are really about standing on business, if the Cowboys are ultimately about being on business and ultimately about being about winning, then they will make the announcement, the statement today. They will make the statement and it will go something like this. Due to the high volume of misreputations or let me see how I can put this in a better way. I'm trying to think of a great PR statement that they would have to come out with. Due to the developing news about Micah Parsons being disgusted on trading to another team, we would like to inform Micah Parsons and all of the Cowboys fans that no such news is being discussed right now. We value the player Micah Parsons here with Dallas, and he will be here to stay for the upcoming future. No trade discussions are being talked about as of February the 9th and beyond. That would be the statement. They would not allow this news to be festering around, right? They will make an open statement about Parsons is here to stay. But what they would do, misrepresentations, misrepresentations, due to that high traffic flux. But neither here nor there. If the Cowboys care about branding, if the Cowboys care about marketing and money and people talking bad about this team and organization, they will let this continue to build. They can shut this stuff all the way down by making an open statement saying that Parsons, he's our guy. That naysayer belongs to us. You know, that's all they have to say. But they're going to continue to let this continue to be talked about all offseason. But they can shut it out. How much more money do you need? Come on, Cowboy Nation. What
more do you want from me?
You don't have to drag this out. That's the only. I hate this part about the Dallas Cowboys, our beloved team. I hate this part. You can just shut it down. Shut this thing down. Don't hit me with the whoa. Jerry. Oh, I've always liked Dak Prescott, and he was our number one quarterback from day one. You bullsugaring me, man. Come on, man. Don't do us like that. We know that you was leveraging that kid out.
Are you not entertained?
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, we kind of knew that. You don't let that news fester all off season. We tired of the circus, man. We tired of the carnival rides over here, man. Albert, I hate the way that the Cowboys like to drag out news. You know, that's what I hate. You know what I'm saying? But if any good organization, franchise, that care about their players and their teams, they would shut that stuff down. But they let this thing fester and feed out. And what this dude, what this do to teams, it draws a great divide. It creates problems. Because there's still going to be people that's team Prescott, and there's going to be people that's team not Prescott. There's still going to be people team Parsons, and there's still going to be team not Parsons. Believe it or not, there were people that was drawing the line in the sand, saying that CeeDee Lamb ain't worth the money. He's no Justin Jefferson. And there are people saying, yes, he is worth the money. Don't y'all know that we are vibrational people? We are frequency people. Everything, if you can look and see around, everything that you see was first thought in the mind, and then it was spoken to. It was spoken into existence. Somebody once had in their mind that, hey, I need to magnify my voice. In their mind. And they said, let's go ahead and start to work on those things. Then they develop a microphone. Everything that you guys see came out of the mouth of someone that spoke it into existence. And that's why we are in this spot where we are at right now. That's why I say, man, thou should decree a thing and it shall be established. But neither here nor there. Let's talk about the, and then we're going to get to this point, you know. We're going to get to this point right here. The Underdog Fantasy, we're going to go use promo code LAW. Appreciate them. Wrong button. But it was a nice backdrop. But Underdog Fantasy. Here we go. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Claim your 50% deposit match. And let's play around with the Saquon Barkley. They got him for 114 yards. We're going to go with higher on this approach. We're going higher. We're going to go higher. Okay? That's Saquon there. Patrick Money Mahomes. They got him down for passing attempts 36.5. They got him down for completion 23.5. So, I get it. I don't think that Pat Mahomes is going to throw the ball 37 times in this game. So, I'm going to go with lower. I think that they're not going to throw that ball 37 times. I think they're going to go with lower. You know, and we're going to use that as my expert analysis here. All right, so let me go to, let's say here, A.J. Brown. Get down, Brown. They got him. Let me pull this up, and you guys follow along, and then we got some more details that I want to speak on of what Tom Brady said about the Super and Bowl. They got him down for 71.5 receiving yards, 5.5 receptions. I think this is going to be a heavy, and I mean just that heavy Saquon Barkley type of game. So I'm not going to think that my guy, A.J. Brown, shout out to my Mississippi boys, I don't think that he's going to get 71 yards, though. But I'm not going to play around with A.J. because it's just one of those things. They ain't going to get played around with that one. Yeah. So with that being said, I got two. I got to get one more. Where my guy? Where Jalen Hurts at? Okay, where Hurts? Okay, Hurts. They got him down with 26.5 passing attempts. They got him down for 217 yards. It's always a fickle process with him, but I believe that he will throw an INT in this game for somehow, some way. If he throws us one INT, we can run off with the bag. In the chat, do y'all think that Hurts going to throw an INT against the number 2 defense in the National Football League, or he's going to hold on to the ball? And they got him down for 9.5 rushing attempts. Y'all think he going to run the ball that much? Come on with it. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Let me know. I don't know. I think he's going to throw one. Let's go with it. So, with that being said, y'all said no, yes, no, yes. 3 of them. All right, so with that being said, let's go with it. We're going to go with that, and we're going to put 100 on. We're going to put 100 in there, and we're going to see what we come with. Appreciate y'all, man. If you guys want to play this game with us, be sure to use promo code LAW. Click that link there, and we're going to get to this topic at hand. Appreciate it. 1 interception, 1 fumble at least. Yeah. And for those, I got my thing over here now. Hey. But appreciate it, man. Shout out to Jalen Hurts. I just need 1 INT from you, Hurts. That's all I need. I'm looking for that one INT. He don't throw a lot of them. Because he don't throw a lot. So we need 1 batted ball in there, and we'll see what we can come up with. Chief, we destroyed the Yardbirds today. And, for those Eagle fans that's out there, hey, man, you hating on us, man. I got you going Saquon Barkley over 115 yards, right? Right? So with that being said, could Cooper Kupp consider reuniting in the Dallas with his mentor? Okay, we're considering, I got some developing news. Cowboys are expecting to sign. Let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on, y'all bear with me. I got some Cowboys developing news. And let's go with it from here. And for those who's not eligible to understand what we're saying, type that in your chat area or your Google, and you'll see what the topic line about Parsons. But neither here nor there. It says the Cowboys are expecting to sign Oregon co-offensive coordinator, wide receiver coach, Junior Adams, as their wide receiver coach. According to sources, second college coach to join with the K-State, Connor Riley, is on board. But when you start to look at all of this stuff, bear with me, and I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. Hit that like button, share this content, and let's continue to grind the shine. Appreciate y'all so much. It states here that Cooper Kupp mentor is Junior Adams. According to sources here, that his mentor is absolutely the guy, Junior Adams, who's going to be the wide receiver coach here. what I'm not trying to draw any lines, and I don't want y'all to, hey man, y'all clickbaiting me, man. Just listen to the show. Listen to the show. I don't need to clickbait y'all. I got 7 million views on Instagram in the last 30 days. And we doing about 5 or 6 million views here. And there's no clickbait. The damn videos are too long to be clickbaiting. So if y'all are here to get the information. Yep. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, law don't need to clickbait, basically. You know what I'm saying? so let's get that real for y'all for right now. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all want me to clickbait, I can do some clickbait, or some titles, But that's not my flow. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. I want to play this clip of Tom Brady on his ability to know what's going on with these particular situations. Let me go right here. Y'all know I got to play this in the background because we're finna get into some details of this conversation. Come on with it. And let's go. And the phone lines will be open. Let's get it.
Hey, yo, look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Cowboys gonna win the NFC. I ain't playing no, listen, this young kid right here, he can't even talk me crazy. Hey, Dan, y'all come to Dallas?
That boy got some tequilas in him, don't he? Yeah. But let's listen to this right here.
Last Super Bowl I was a part of, I was 2 weeks of watching film. Friday night, I was just going through the film. I knew Kansas City's defense better than they knew themselves. I knew their body movements, the way their linebackers moved, the way their safeties moved. Tyrann Mathieu, Nick Sorensen, Shavarius Ward. I knew everything they were doing. I got out there on the field. I looked up as I was walking the line of scrimmage, I said, okay, they're blitzing. And then I was dealing with it right away. I walked up, I said, okay, they're going to bail to cover 2. Ball will snap, cover 2. And I knew I had the answers to the test. That's where I was great. That's where my magic superpower was. It wasn't how fast I could run. It was how fast I could diagnose what they were doing. What's the special quality? What's the internet speed of me as a quarterback? Fast as I was Starlink before Starlink. Now other guys, if it's a slow processing speed, well, he's going to get you. And the reality is I could figure out what they were doing before they did it because that's how I learned to play the game. And that's how I believe most quarterbacks should play the game. Unfortunately, as we've talked about, most quarterbacks aren't playing the game like that anymore. They're fast when they get out of the pocket, when they have to make decisions, but I didn't snap the ball unless I knew what they were doing. And if my guys were going to be open. The one benefit you have as a quarterback, before you snap the ball, you know where everybody on your team is running. If you have 5 eligibles out in the route, I know where all 5 are going.
Before we go any further on this, that Tom Brady boy, he's dropping some real nice jewels here. Don't make this Tom Brady versus Dak. Send this thing over to Dak. Just send it over to him. If you can't copy it. Not saying that Dak can't process like this. But everybody need to listen to this. If you want to play in the National Football League as a quarterback, this is say whatever you want to say about Tom. But listen to what he's saying and apply it.
If I look at the defense and I say, none of my guys are going to be open based on this coverage. We didn't design the play for this coverage. I don't need to snap the ball. I can run something different. I can check to a run. I can check to a screen. I can signal a receiver and change a route. And then I would just change the route to a route that I thought would be open. I'd catch the ball, I'd throw it, and it'd be a 15-yard gain. Everyone would be like, it looks so easy. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's easy because you're not paying attention to the right thing. Right. What's going on in here is what my superpower was. That was Peyton Manning's superpower. That was Drew Brees' superpower. Those were the guys that I tried to be like That's what we did a great job of. So that part of the game is what I am really fascinated by. And when I see players play like that, those are the guys that I think have the most upside. Last Super Bowl I was a part of, I was 2 weeks of watching film. Friday night, I was just going through the film more. I knew Kansas City's defense better than they knew themselves.
I believe him. I believe you don't play that long in the National Football League by mistake, ladies and gentlemen. You don't play that long by chance. No. You don't go through all of those years, man. By not studying the game. Yeah, one major injury? 2011, I believe. You got to eat, live, sleep, this stuff right here. You got to change your diet. This is what you got to wake up to. He said that he knew the Kansas City defense better than they did by studying, by being, and I'm not taking this to a degree whereas we are not doing that here, but I'm just saying. I'm just applying it. All right. I got some events that I got to be getting ready for, but mind over matter. You're right. Mind over matter. So what we're going to do at this time and at this point here is get things going in the right directions as it relates to the phone line for your mind. But before we go to that area, I got to tell you, if you somehow out there on the road and someone else is out there on the road and their team is losing and they swerve and they get into your lane and they T-bone you, or they side straddle and move your car all up and down that highway, right? And you still alive to say it, I just want you to be able to reach out to these group of people for my sponsors right here.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
That's 214 or 817. And all of the threes you can dial. Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. Keep this in mind. I wouldn't even be live right now if they wasn't sponsoring this show. So if you guys are ever in a bind or anything like that, be sure to reach out to Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers, so y'all can digest some of this content. On top of that, they have over 100 years of experiences. They located here in the heart of Dallas. If you can't, dial that number. If you can't, get in contact with them via the phone line. Just visit frankelfirm.com and they will take great care of you. Not advantages of you like those insurance companies. So let's continue to grind and shine, baby, and thank all of our sponsors to support the Law Nation Sports Network and beyond the studios. Click on the information in the description box and support. Use promo code LAW and all of that. 657-390-7391. I got the 305 live with me on the phone lines. Come on with it. You're live on the nation. Shout out to you, my dog. What you got for me?
What's good, Big Law? What's good?
Hey.
I'm gonna call you Pastor Law. No,
Pastor Troy, like Pastor Law, huh?
You got the beard and all, like so. You know how to call you Pastor Law, dog.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Don't make it quick, man. I know it's gonna be a busy day for you, man, for Super Bowl, man. Who you got at first, though? Who you got?
Man, you know, I got a red team that I'm kind of rooting for, AFC side, man. Yeah, I want the game to be competitive. I want it to be nice, man. I don't want it to be all about political stuff like far as the aficionados and things like that. You know, I want to see a great halftime. Who performing? Oh, K-Dot. Okay, yeah. So I want all of that stuff to be good. I want it to be a great show, man, and eat good and all of that good stuff. You know, all of the good things. You know?
Yeah, true that. I'm probably just going out for the events and stuff like that too. Also, I do want to be a good game, man. Outside the game, but let me get into it. I know you got to go, Law, man. Thank you, God, the football God, for talking this week, God. Thank you, God. First, Emmett broke down some stuff we need to hear.
Right.
Thank you, God, for Emmett saying that. And now we getting this Michael Parsons things coming back. Thank you, because, Law, you know I've been talking about it. You know I've been talking about trading Michael Parsons for the longest.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been talking about trading Michael Parsons, not drafting Ashton Genty. You was on the Coach Prime thing too here, right? You know, yeah.
I was on the Coach Prime thing with some still there, but we already know behind the scenes what's going on with that Prime thing. But but with this Parsons thing, man, I know the fans gonna kill me on this one, man. Y'all gotta just open up and look at the situation, man. We have a lot of holes, man. We have a lot of holes, and if you got a chance to have a player which only going to play, to me personally, play third down. I don't know why y'all so crazy about this guy. He get 14 sacks, cool. He get 15 sacks. But sometimes I look at strength of schedule and I look at the O-line he's playing and how they playing or whatever. And trust me, man, that man ain't that. He's fast. Just get me wrong. It's been a long time we haven't seen that type of speed at the DN spot since what? Javon Curse probably? What Javon Curse ran? Like, something crazy like that. So his speed is his strength. Me personally, I say that is our way of getting out a lot of this mess that we in. If we trade him, I know y'all gonna kill me on that, but they gonna reverse crucifix you, man.
Hang you upside down on the cross, man. For the 305. You know. I get it. You know, my thing. This is my choice of rationalizing. Like, if you trade Parsons, what you going to do with all of those draft picks? Because the Cowboys haven't showed us good faith that they are capable of going out there and getting good players in the draft. I get it. We do have Parsons, but there was an element of them moving back by element of surprise. It wasn't a guarantee that they would have been able to get Parsons, right? They didn't know who Parsons was. For example, they had him at linebacker. D-Law went down. They moved him to the edge. Oh, he can play edge now, right? The whole ideology of CeeDee Lamb. We learned from the drafting world that one of the grandsons said, hey, let's go ahead and get the OU guy. I like what he can do. But believe it or not, they went and drafted that OU kid by the name of CeeDee Lamb. So they looked up and found Dak Prescott. We fell into graces and the mercy of a real coach by Bill Parcells being here so that we can grab, dare I say, a Tony Romo. So I get it. We do get the impressions that the Cowboys draft really well. But let's be real. If we are given a situation and scenario of multiple draft picks for Parsons, who is to say we're going to hit on all of those boys?
I mean, me personally, Law, how I would conduct the draft or how I would conduct this trade is that I'm not just trying to go get draft picks. So me personally, like what I would do if I was them, I'm calling Cleveland Brown right now. And because of the things that's going on with ADN and them not knowing sure if they're gonna get a quarterback or not, I'm going up there and I'm saying, hey, we got Parsons on the table. If that second pick is available, we put Parsons. And I'm gonna get some more picks. I'm gonna actually put the DN in that trade also. You get what I'm saying? And I'm going to also say, hey, I want your second pick. I want the DN. I'm going to give you Michael Parsons, right? I'm going to give you Michael Parsons. I want to keep my 12. And I might surrender my next year first for you, the compensate of the DN that you just gave me. How would you think about that trade, dog?
No, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Because here's the thing. It is.
You keep your 12 you keep your 12th pick.
Keep my
you got the second pick. You just replace your DN who plays all 3 downs, not just third down. And like I said, you can flip flop. I'm saying, since I gave you a premier DN, I want to flip flop my second with you, and I want my 4th back. So, I mean, you pick your 4th in the first. You pick the 4th in the top. You get one of your 4th back in the top 5 pick. You flip flop in the second, which you also in the second. You're in the top 5 pick, right?
That's too much of moving around. This team is older than Methuselah with Jerry Jones, and my guy, he's such a penny pincher out of Stephen Jones that I mean he's not gonna make bold moves like that, bro. And I get your thoughts. No, it's not the problem with the NFL. I just think that you will have a stronger chance of building around Parsons opposed to taking away Parsons from this team. You have a stronger chance of doing the right thing and here's our problem though. We get isolated and fixated on one thing, right? And we don't look at the complete box. Like people get isolated and fixated on a Josh Simmons and don't look at the complete box. Or they get isolated and fixated on only Ashton Genty, right? And they only get Ashton Genty or bust. Or they only look at one isolated situation. No, I'm not that type of person. I want us to, I might say, Josh Simmons would be good here, but look at this situation. He's coming off of a bad knee, and we already drafted hurt players before, and those things don't pay out, right? And I look at it from the aspect of Genty. If he's not there, then go get another skilled player. But if with Parsons, I think that you have a stronger chance of going all in and having a Myles Garrett plus a Parsons versus trading Parsons for Myles Garrett, keeping your 12th pick and all of this stuff, and you still don't get the great outcome because Myles Garrett come here, he twists his knee. So no, I don't want to do that. I don't want that.
But 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna pay Myles Garrett what you're gonna pay Law. I mean, what you're gonna say Law? What you're gonna pay Michael Parsons? You're not gonna pay them the same because we all know he's older. So I'm not gonna give him. Believe it or not, Law, I don't care what Michael Parsons says. That man gonna get his money. So all that he's taking a pay cut and all this sounding good for the cameras, maybe it is something behind the closed doors that making him say that because they probably is really thinking about trading him. So he's trying to, whatever he has to do to stay right on the camera. But he's going to get his money because the agents or the NFLPA are not going to let him do that. They're not going to let him go under $34 million when the TJ just got $34 million. Yeah. I mean, they're just not going to let him do that like that. So it doesn't work that way, believe it or not. He could ask for what he wants. He could take a little pay cut, but they're not going to let him go and say take $20 million pay cut. He's not going to do that.
No.
And so I don't get what it said. And another thing, Law, what we have to understand, and we always crap about Jerry doing this. First of all, we always the ones that preach about Jerry falling in love with his players and keeping his players. But y'all don't want him to get rid of his players. So
no. Well, we were saying get rid of them for just cause. You can't get rid of. You got to replenish and replace. You're not really doing that because Myles Garrett's whole ideology of moving to a Super Bowl kind of caliber team is to go to a Super Bowl kind of caliber team. Him coming by himself, he might as well stay in Cleveland.
Yeah, but
he might as well stay in Cleveland. Myles Garrett coming over here without Parsons, he might as well stay in Cleveland. I appreciate you calling in. We got other people on the line, bro. But I thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Yeah. Yeah, good call from him. All right. Now, for those who didn't do well in life and can't read with context, the titling of the show states, Cowboys Super Bowl headline Steelers, Micah Parsons trade plus more. And in the caption, because I know y'all know how to read, and I'm tired of y'all with the lack of common sense. You see exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark. So no, this doesn't qualify as clickbaiting. I already went to the source of Ian Rappaport, whatever his name is, and he states that the Cowboys are discussing the ideal of trading Micah Parsons. So if one more person, and I'm going to say this, one more person come in here and say that Law is clickbaiting, I command the order of law to have y'all exiled from the channel. And that's the bottom line, because I don't play around with that. So y'all need to read before y'all say that Law is clickbaiting. And you will be exiled from the channel. And that's the order of the law. I'm going to acknowledge my mods to block anyone and anybody that say that Law Nation is clickbaiting, right? Because that's for what it is. I literally read 2 or 3 pieces of article, sources from Ian Rappaport, that Cowboys are under discussion. Woo! And that's a word, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think nobody on this planet is willing to debate me on that, because they can't win with that debate when I got the source. They can't win with that. So stop all of the foolish stuff. So come on with it. The next caller on the hotline for your mind is 214, that boy Chris. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Yeah, stand no business on that law.
Yeah, yeah, come on with it. Shit. Yeah, that clickbait right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but hey, let me talk to my fellow Cowboy fans. Just my opinion. I don't think he's getting traded. Although we've seen the reports, we have got to stop being so easily hooked.
Facts.
By Jerry Jones. We are falling directly into his hands right again. He's setting it up right now on Super Bowl day.
Yeah.
He's getting ready for the marathon.
Yeah.
He's setting it up already. He's building the foundation right now. Micah Parsons has came out and said, hey, I want to get this thing rolling. He want to get it done. He's setting it up. He's setting up the foundation right now. So please, stop being so easily hooked. Do your research. Know who your owner is. Know how he works. And this will all make sense to you. But I ain't got it.
Yeah. You know, Chris, this is one of the things that we despise and we spit upon the Cowboys with. They can put out this fire, you know what I'm saying? But they Birdman hand rub themselves and say, we're gonna call Ian Rappaport or whatever the guy's name, Adam Schefter and all of them boys, and say, hey, we discussing trade opportunities with Micah Parsons right now. But don't say that I said it, leave the sources unknown. But we are talking about this on Super Bowl Sunday, right? Because at some point in 30 years and 30 seasons, we need to be able to be talked about. And this is the hottest of the hottest. But we're still working on a deal, you know what I'm saying, with Parsons. Exactly. Wink, wink, And what we saying as Cowboy fans, we don't care about that. Look, no one saw Luka being traded, right? He just woke up one day and said, damn, he got traded. It may work for the Mavs. It may not, I don't know. It'll work for my Lakers. But at the end of the day, it's just for what it is, bro. It's the way the Cowboys operate. We don't never do things out of the element of the ultimate surprise until it's at the end of the day, with the whole thing with Dak Prescott.
Right.
You mean to tell me
absolutely
an hour before this kid played, it was literally 5 minutes before he played in the first game this past season, breaking news, this guy finna get the most fully guaranteed contract ever in NFL history, the highest paid quarterback in NFL history, but they drug it out the entirety of the offseason, and that's good for business? Yeah, but it's not good for winning.
Hey, but you know what, Law?
What up?
He probably signed that thing probably a month ago. Jerry Jones would say, hold on, we going to release it right before we play Cleveland. He probably been signed it already, but there's just a Jerry marketing there. Like, he really can't help himself. Right. He got to be in the spotlight.
He got to be, yeah.
And just one more point. I want to here's what I think is going to happen in the Super Bowl. I hate to say it. No, I'm not rooting for the Eagles. I just want to make that clear. I think the Eagles are going to win. And I feel like Saquon Barkley, he's going to be bottled up for pretty much the entire game, but he's going to make 1 or 2 runs that's going to, like, completely change the complexion or just seal it. Mark my words.
Ooh.
I think the Eagles got it. I hate to say it, but I think the Eagles got it this time. They're more equipped to beat them this time around. And that's all I got.
You're factually with that though. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. The last game kind of ended in a controversial type of way about the holding or the non-holding or what have you. The Eagles are by far a way better team than the last time they faced the Chiefs. They are. But then it hit me like, are the Eagles, this version of the Eagles, better than last year versions of the 49ers? Like, if you were to play this Eagles team versus last year versions of the 49ers, they had Christian McCaffrey. It's the same thing, man. It's kind of like the same damn thing, right? You know, it's kind of like the 49ers, what got them over the top was them going into that thing and picking up a Christian McCaffrey and all of this stuff, right? And having a sound defense with Fred Warner, Joey Bosa, and all of that. Like, the only drawback, even though the Kansas City Chiefs only lost 2 games this season, the Kansas City Chiefs, to me, looked like they had a step back from last year and the year before that. But the only other thing is that their defense improved. So that's why I'm looking at this game kind of like, I don't really know. I can't definitively like bang the table and say, yeah, the Chiefs are just going to go run crazy all over the Eagles, right? But I do consider this, that the Eagles, with the ability to run the ball and play sound defense with pressure from the interior, with Jalen Carter and all of those boys, could give them a little bit stronger run for the money than the last time the Chiefs played the Eagles. Right? So, but don't bet against Pat Mahomes, y'all. That's all you can say. Just don't bet against Pat Mahomes. Barkley is better than McCaffrey. Yeah, Sam Jones, I agree with you on that. But you got to understand, that 49ers team, it was just a little bit more than just a McCaffrey. It was the system that they ran the ball with. And to be fair, the Eagles' offensive line is better. But if I were to take, and I'm definitely not a 49ers fan, nor am I an Eagle fan, I think that with a healthy 49ers team facing a healthy Eagles team, that healthy 49ers team will win 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. The next caller from the 945, you're live on the nation, and we'll have room for one more other caller after this one. But you're live on the nation. Talk to me.
Hey, La, what's up, brother?
Not much, man. What you got?
Man, I'm down here in Dallas, man, just living nice.
Yeah.
Get ready to enjoy the Super Bowl. I just got a couple things, and then I'm going to let you go. The Micah situation, man. I just want to sit back and relax, let it all pan out. I believe Micah's willing to do what he can to be on the stage like tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever that takes, the Myles Garrett, you know what I'm saying, somebody come in and help him out, I think that'll be lovely. That'll be dangerous. I don't even think teams want to really imagine that front with a Myles Garrett and Michael Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to that, you know what I'm saying, we got to also keep one thing in mind. Pat Mahomes is a winner, man.
He is.
He's a winner. And if he feel it and he see it, he's going to go take it.
Yeah.
The Eagles are good. You know what I'm saying? The Saquon good. And but you got to understand, Kansas City can run that ball too.
Yeah, they
The
can.
The middle of the Eagles' defense is the weakest. Who do the Kansas City got at tight end?
Yeah, you talking about you're not talking about you talking about basically you talking about like the linebacker safety type of deal, right? When you get
even games you all see, even the games that you see, the Philadelphia, like even against the Rams, the weakness to the defense that he runs,
right,
is in the middle of the field.
Right.
Travis Kelce, you got to understand, Kansas City got some burners. They got some guys out there that run straight speed.
Right.
You got the guy from Texas and you got the other guy. I forgot his name, but he's the middle of that field on Travis Kelce is the key. If that field is open in the middle, and they got another tight end guy. Forgot his name too. He's pretty good.
Well. Here in short, this is what's going on. The reason why Pat Mahomes is 8-0 versus Vic Fangio's defense is that his defense is a vision-based defense, meaning that they're going to show you, telegraph where they at, and they're going to drop 5 or 6 in coverage, right? So he play a lot of quarters, a lot of too high, what have you. And what Pat Mahomes is going to do is he's not going to force anything to try to take it over the top, right? He's going to take what's given to him underneath, and you can galvanize. If you are successful with just taking 3 to 4 yards to get him out of that first impression look, then he's going to do that. And the thing is, what will make the Kansas City Chiefs successful tonight, if they can run the ball, like you said, get play action involved, and that's what's going to make it successful. If the Chiefs get up 2 touchdowns, it's over with, because Fangio's defense is then going to be picked apart. But to be fair to him, he got the number 1 defense in the National Football League this year. If somehow the Eagles get ahead, right, and their edge rushers can pin their ears back and get to them, it's going to be a long night for the Chiefs. So you got to score early and often if you're the Chiefs and get ahead. And if this defense is going to be that way, Lord help their DBs. I know they are high on Quinyon Mitchell. I know that they are high on Slay, but I've seen Slay get slayed, right? So it's one of those things too, bro.
Yeah, and then one thing I'm going to let you go.
Mm-hmm.
You can't overlook that Spags know how to get pressure with that team.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. That guy is an excellent defensive coordinator.
Oh, yeah.
He know how to pressure Jalen Hurts. He done it before. It ain't nothing you can't. I mean, the Saquon thing, that's an X factor. But he's not going to let Saquon Barkley beat them. They got number 95 on their team. They got another pass rusher. I forgot the linebacker down the other end. He gets pressure too. So it's gonna be a game, man.
Yeah, like it's gonna be a good one,
man. And that's all I've got for you, man. I just stay blessed and take care of, man.
No diggity, no doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in from 945. So that's the thing, though. When you look at the totality of both units, Spags, how to dial up exotic blitzes, and the familiarity of what he's been at, calling Super Bowls and these sorts of things, it could be a plus for the Chiefs. But Vegas got this as a real close game. Not no one is pulling off. But the thing is, the X factors in this game, Hurts running the ball and Hurts throwing the ball. Those would be your 2 X factors. If Spags slow down, because you're not going to stop Saquon. If you slow him down, right, and you forcing Hurts to win the game via his legs or his arm, then it's going to be a long night for the Eagle fans out there, because that's just how it is, unfortunately. And then you are playing against the number 2 defense in the National Football League, which is the Kansas City Chiefs. The AFC built, that's what they do. They built for stopping the run. Those are more cold weather teams. There are more teams that they got to face running the ball. And the NFC in general, what I want you guys to do is remove the weather factor of what the Rams did against the Eagles. Remove the weather, right? And I get it. And I shout out to all of the Eagle fans out there. But you guys probably wouldn't even be on this day playing today if the weather wasn't there, because Kyron Williams was running the ball all over it, but he fumbles, and you got to do those things. So you got to give kudos and credence to that. But this should be a close game. I think the Chiefs may pull this out at the end. And that's because, you know, you plan into the element of a perfect weather condition. There's no element of weather, right? And on top of that, you playing against a team like a money Pat Mahomes who can fit that ball in there. And if Fangio is not dialing up something different, you give him vision base, he's going to pick you apart, especially if you can't get pressure on Pat Mahomes. All right, the next caller will be from the 903. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me. From the 903, Lady Jessica.
Hey, Law. Happy Sunday to everyone. Law, you know I'm glad that you did a show on that. And I figured when I saw it, I said, this a lie. That ain't even true. There is nothing to get rid of no Micah Parsons. But, you know, right. After he made that statement on his show, I figured some mess like this going to come. But we all to know as Cowboy fans, every time it get time for contracts, it's time for them to sign these boys, this is a mess that pops out about trade or some old kind of controversy.
Yeah.
And we as fans need to know that this happened every year on the offseason. So y'all need to come on and be like me. Don't be listening to that lie. And not only me, I know Sid didn't believe it, and I know Angie didn't believe it.
Right.
And I'm like, man, this is a lie. When old boy took the post and put some on top of it, he retweeted it with a quote. And I told him exactly. So, And then you did your show. I was like, okay. And I didn't even look at Fish and see his show, because I know Fish, he be getting mad when they do that too.
Yeah.
He be trying to
Mike Fish. Yeah.
Ain't nobody trade nobody, y'all. Y'all know every time contract time come around, Jerry Jones will sit back and allow all this foolishness to go on every off season.
Right,
so
right.
Everybody, when Law and them tell y'all this sneak blink, y'all need to listen. We don't need to be drawn into this negativity stuff, and we as fans who've been fans a long time, so I already know. That's why our boy said they need to take the cognac or something out of Jerry Jones' head.
Yeah.
So that's what he put at the top of his tweet when he did it.
No doubt.
I'm with you. Everybody PBO, how about the Cowboys and Chiefs? Tie them Eagles up. No, they ain't Pat trying to get a three-peat. He ain't for that.
No doubt. That's Lady Jessica. Great call. Go Cowboys and go Chiefs. Come on with it.
Goodbye.
Appreciate everybody who called in. Thank those who tried to call in but couldn't get in. I feel you. But at this time, we got to rock and roll up out of here. We got some events that we got to be attending for. But for those who want to support the channel, be sure to slap upon that Cash App, get things moving in that direction. It's always to help the nation grow. And as well, we got PayPal, Pay a Pal, help a brother out, and HBO me. Yes, indeed, help a brother out. Appreciate all of y'all support, y'all love and adulations for the nation. Cowboy Nation, stand tall or not at all. I feel y'all about the Micah Parsons rumor, the trade situation that could go down, that's not going to go down. But the pattern is always here, and we can see it with our natural eyes. If Jerry Jones is about standing on business, he will make an open statement. The Cowboys PR will make an open statement and say that, hey, he is here to stay. He is not going anywhere. That's our rock, and we protect our rock at all costs. Just like when you hear the news, and you hear the weather report, and they said there could be a possibility of a hailstorm, and you got your car outside, and you got a 3-car garage, and you leave your car out there on purpose for the hail and the rocks and the rain and the weather and the conditions to hit your car, meaning that you don't care about said car. Life is the same way. We covet those things that we love and cherish. And it doesn't matter the value of said car. I'm old enough to remember My first car was a 1995 Honda Civic. Appreciate the Honda Civics, the 4-cylinder cars. And I made sure that I had the shiniest of the shiniest car out there. Vacuum, yes indeed, it stayed clean. Tire walls, it stayed armor all down. You know, the tinted windows, it stayed being washed. Yeah. Because you covet the things that you love. You protect those things. You don't let people put their fingerprints all over it. It doesn't matter whether or not it was a Ferrari or a Beamer or Mercedes. If it's yours, you protect it. Verily, verily, I will say unto you, Cowboy Nation, that the Cowboys value the money sign, the dollar sign. They don't protect those things that they supposed to covet. They would rather have people leaning on their said car, putting fingerprints all over it, spitting upon the things that they can go out and protect. They got a 4 and 5 car garage, and they allow people to still lean on their car. They don't even put the cover over it. And they expect the people to still love this particular player when they don't go out and make statements. So don't be foolish, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the trends. Look at how they did CeeDee Lamb all offseason. Look at how they did Rain Dakota Prescott all offseason. It's crazy. And we go through this each and every day. But I'm going to tell you guys, if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you all hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it or plan for it or lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold or the poverty or the famish or fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening, you will get it. You will. And departing, there's growth to those matters of things too. I'll never forget that 95 Honda Civic. Boy, I had it all the way through. Hines Community College, Jackson State. They broke into their car so many times, I started to say to myself, look, I'm just leaving the doors unlocked. You know, had the detachable radio that you put inside to play CDs and DVDs. Who remember that? You know, sure, I had to start leaving that car unlocked. Shout out to Jackson State. But when it was time for me to pull up that hill, that 95 Honda Civic with the 4 cylinders, no matter how much I put the cool air intake, changed out the manifolds, put better gas in it, it kept struggling. When it was time to go up a hill, they had the nerve and the audacity to put a trailer hitch on the back of that car. And whenever you try to pull something, it wouldn't been able to pull it. No matter how many gears you try to get it in the low one. But what I'm getting at is that sometimes you reach your peak. Sometimes you reach the ultimate version of that particular automobile. And when I finally got into a 6-cylinder, I never looked back. I went and got a 92 Camaro. It was a 6-cylinder. That mug can scoop. But what I'm getting at, even the 92 Camaro wasn't sufficient enough. And then when I finally got a little paper, I fooled around and got me a V8. Ooh-wee. And that V8, it wasn't sufficient enough because it burned too much gas. What I'm getting at on my way out of here is that you got to continue to keep looking until you find your groove. Never get settled with one, right? But let's get on up out of here, boy. We ain't talking about cars today. Let's talk about the Chiefs. I don't know why they put a trailer hitch on that damn Honda Civic. It couldn't pull me. Come on with it. But they make cars now, shoot. That now with a damn V, not V, but 4-cylinder. They can scoot now. You know, it's all about the torque. Appreciate y'all. Cry Eagles cry. I see you, James. Come on with it. Shout out to Down South Cowboy. Salute to all of the sponsors. Don't hold me, baby.
I love my fans, don't need no friends. I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Don't zone law, baby.
One up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady.
Come on.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice, and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Hello, Nation.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no.
Name of the song is Run It Up by MBHD Nick. Come on.
Thumb down, now check. No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry.
Come on with it.
Boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up.
Until next time, DC for life. All right, if you're looking for that song, I put it right there in the chat area. Be sure to check it out. Shout out to my guy. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's get it.
Give me my theme music. Spartans, prepare for glory.
Until next time, DC for life. Trade them! Exclamation mark. Question mark. Exclamation mark. Let's get it. Yeah.
Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you.
Say the last bite. What we tell them, lady? Don't let the street lights hit you.
You know it ain't dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be
until next time, DC for life. We about. Peace.